This video, guys, is going to be me breaking down how to pick up the most popular blitzes. The blitzes that you're going to be seeing throughout the course of the year, or at least until a patch comes out. The formations I'm going to go over is going to be the 4-3 under, 3-4 odd. Going to break down the 3-3-5 wide as well. And let's see, dime, or not really dime, but quarter. So we'll break those down. Obviously, there's other blitzes out there, but I'm going to give you the two main concepts in how to block a blitz. So 4-3 under, I'll show it flipped and non-flipped. This case, we'll start with just the regular one. So I'm not going to focus too much on how to pass against it. I'm just going to show you how to actually pick it up. So the play divide, obviously, is one of my base plays. So the setup that you're going to see is going to be this right here. They're shifting the line to the right, crashing it left, and then they're either blitzing or bluff blitzing the guy that's on the right, or excuse me, on the left. So when you do that, the best way to pick this up, just you can either max protect and then put the tight end on another route, but for the purpose of the video, I'm not going to do that. Simply block the running back and line shift down. Once you do that, you guys will see that the blitz is picked up. I mean, there's going to be block shed if you have a bad offensive line, but you'll be able to make your reads. You're not going to get hike sacked. So you see, I mean, that's the most popular setup that you'll face, and it's easily picked up. The block shed in practice mode is always 100 times worse than it is in game. But I mean, at this point, you still have your reads. You got the guy that's on the outside, you got the drag, you got the guy coming across the middle. Definitely have time to pick that blitz up. Now, if you're seeing your opponent do our new setup, the setup that we recently broke down, where they're flipping it, you'll see we'll come out and we'll do it flip this time. So where are we at? So call any play flipped. There's recent plays, so we'll just mesh post for this example. Setup is to shift left, crash down. You're going to bluff blitz the guy on the right, and then play on this guy. Just for video purpose, I'm going to move those guys because this is one of the rare blitzes that you don't want to set the line to set. So when you see that, it's going to be the exact same scenario. You're going to simply block the running back and line shift down. As long as you line shift down, you should pick this blitz up with ease. So I mean, you can see you're gonna have plenty of time to throw the ball. So blocking the running back, line shifting down, that's going to stop 95% of the blitzes you face. Now, if your opponent is able to do that, and one of the main counters to that whole blocking scheme is the quarters. So quarters, as you guys know by now, phenomenal little blitz scheme because you can do it out of not only any play, but it's essentially a two-man rush. You'll see this right here where they're bluff blitzing. Most people actually blitz that guy, so I'll show it with it blitzed. And it's going to be the exact same though. You're going to block the running back and line shift to the left. When you do that, once again, nothing at all is, no pressure whatsoever. So just to rephrase that, quarters, you need to line shift left, and versus pretty much any gap pressure, any A gap / B gap, you're going to want to line shift block a running back and line shift down. The other way to block most blitzes is, say they're coming out in the FZ whatever. So if they're coming out and they're doing the FC3 setup, The most famous one that or the most used, I should say, is the FC2, too deep. But if they're running this one, it's going to be pretty much the same. So you're going to set it up, and then people are moving the guys in a bit. But if you're doing this and you line shift left, the B gap is not going to come in, but the outside will. You see that it comes in like that. So that's the quote-unquote counter to that blocking scheme. However, when you do this, and when I mention this, all you're doing is you're going to block the running back and line shift to the right. When you do that, the B gap should get picked up on the left and the right. So you see the block sheds hell, but you pick up all of the blitzes. So if you're running back, the key to that is your running back has to be on the left and you have to line shift to the right. If for whatever reason, say your play is flipped, your running back is blocked on the left, or on the right, excuse me. If he's blocked on the right, you would then line shift left. So I'm going to set up the defense really quick. So in this case, my running back is blocked on the right. I'm going to line shift to the left, and it's going to pick up the gap pressure and the outside heat. So those are pretty much the main things you're going to see, thanks to our ebook that is dropped. We go look through the book real quick, show you how I pick up any other blitz. But those are the three main concepts: simply blocking a running back, line shifting down, blocking a running back and shifting to the side of the blitz, or block the running back and shift to the opposite side of the blitz, or not, excuse me, the opposite side of where the running back's at. So if your running back's on the left, you're going to line shift to the right. If your running back is on the right, you're going to line shift to the left. Let's see, 4-3 under, 4-3 stack, under odd. They're all pretty much, 3-4 odd. 3-4 odd, the main ones you'll see are the Sam Mike ones, because blocking a running back by itself doesn't work. So set this up. So if you're doing something like this, if you simply block the running back, the guy should still come in and get pressure. The reason he got picked up was that he's simply too slow. That's Michael Bennett. If I put a fast guy at that end spot, he should come in unless I line shift. So I'm going to do it real quick right here. So say I put Pierre Lewis there. Where's this play at? So Sam Mike 2. Take this guy, move him out a couple steps. Alright. So that's how the play itself will look. Now if you block the running back, what should happen is the B gap should simply come in. So it didn't that time. Don't really know why, but it could be the fact that I wasn't controlling my defender. Practice mode is really weird with that. Let's try it again. Alright, so if we're doing it this way, block the running back. Alright, so it came outside that time. Regardless, when you see that, the way that you want to pick up any of those gap blitzes is to block the running back and line shift down. So you'll see right here, if you block the running back, line shift down, that will pick up the pressure barring him just throwing the guard to the side. Try it again. Alright, so with that, block the running back, line shift down, and you see that you just have all day to throw. Um, so once again, I know I'm focusing real heavy on this. You do have to line shift down, or you have to make your line shift as the last thing you're gonna do. Otherwise, it doesn't record. Um, Outside of that, your setups again. If they're sending really good B gap or A gap pressure, you want to line shift down, block the running back, line shift down. If they're sending some sort of concept where they're blitzing the gaps, but they also have people coming in from the outsides, whether they're moving the guys out, whatever the case may be. I know a lot of people are using 4-6 for that right now, but if they're moving a guy to the outside to where he should come in free if you line shift down, block the running back and line shift to the opposite direction. That will pick up those type of blitzes. So that's it. I mean, block the running back, line shift down, block the running back, line shift opposite of the side that he is on, or simply block the running back and line shift to the side of the blitz. Those are the three ways to pick up a standard blitz. There's going to be times in the game where you guess wrong. I mean, it's going to happen. It happens to every good player I know. If you're under center, though, you just got to pay attention. You got to pay attention where your opponent is coming from, blitz-wise, and if they get you once, notice what formation it was in. Don't let them get you again. This game and this scheme, the Kansas City scheme in general, is very easy to pick up good yards. So if you get sacked, it's not a huge ordeal. You just can't let your opponent get you completely out of your rhythm, because then that's when you're going to get into trouble. The majority of blitzes get picked up by simply line shifting down. If they do have a really good blitz, it's going to require you to block a running back and line shift down. The few exceptions of that are quarter, where you could simply line shift to the side that is coming free, like the standard two-man version. But that is it. It was something I wanted to make sure I noted and make sure you guys knew, because a lot of these plays that I use, I don't block the running back. So obviously if I'm getting screamed at, it limits the plays that I can use, or at least until I get them out of other plays. So that is it. Once again, just had a 13-minute video on how to pick up blitzes, but I definitely think this is one of the most important breakdowns in the guide, or in the book. So please pay attention to that. If you have any questions, if you see anything really unique that you don't really know how to pick up, feel free to shoot me a text or email, hit me up in the chat, and I'll find a way to block that blitz for you. So, later.